Hey there, in this tutorial I wanted to share with you 3 interesting ways to embroider suns. These are all very beginner friendly stitches and I'll be using a variety of different textured threads for this tutorial. I've linked them all in the description if you're interested in purchasing them, but in the meantime let's get started. The first way I really like to embroider suns is by using a padded satin stitch. This is a variation of the satin stitch that layers satin stitches on top of one another and it creates a 3-dimensional kind of fluffy effect. Start by laying down a few satin stitches on the inside of the circle. These should not span the entire sun. I'm just going to fill in about 1/3 of the shape. The next area, I'm going to be making more satin stitches that layer on top of the ones I just stitched, and this time I'm making the direction of the stitches perpendicular to the first ones I made. Again, I'm not filling this in completely yet. I am doing a couple of different layers of these stitches. And again, I'm going to be adding another layer on top of this previous layer, and I'm making the stitches perpendicular to the last layer I made. You can make these layers for as many times as you want and for as much of a 3D effect that you want. For the rays of sunshine, I'm just sticking with a simple backstitch. For the next sun, I'm going to be using the couching stitch. I'm using etoile thread for the laid thread, and then for the anchoring stitches, I'm using a couple strands of cotton floss. You can start on the outside of the shape or on the inside. I prefer to start on the inside and then spiral my way out. So I'm just coming up with the laid thread, and then I'm beginning to make small anchor stitches over top of the laid thread to kind of snake it around the circle. Once you're done filling in the shape, you can just thread the laid thread and then pull the thread through to the back of the fabric. For the rays of sunshine, I'm just making straight stitches, but you could easily couch these as well if you wanted to add a little bit more of a textured effect and also secure the stitches a little bit better. For this final example, I'm going to be using the reverse chain stitch. You'll start by placing one small stitch along the edge of the sun, and then you're going to skip a stitch length ahead. Then place your needle underneath of that small stitch. Place your needle back down along the base of the last stitch you made. For the rest of the stitches, you'll skip a stitch length ahead and you'll place your needle underneath the chain of the previous stitch. Then again, you'll place the needle back down at the base of the last stitch you made, and you'll repeat this all the way around the sun, spiraling inward. I chose the reverse chain stitch instead of the chain stitch because I find it easier to control the quality of my chain stitches, especially when I'm working in a circular fashion. For some reason, I feel like the reverse chain stitch is a lot easier to make neater. It creates the exact same stitch as a regular chain stitch, so try it and let me know what you think. For the rays of sunshine, I went ahead and just continued on with the reverse chain stitches. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, and if you have any other creative ideas for filling in suns, I'd love to hear them. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!